Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about reading lips. Reading lips is when you can understand what someone is saying just by watching their lips, their mouth. Just by watching their mouth. So, for example, what am I saying right here? Try to guess what I'm saying. Now, try to guess with a little bit more context, a little bit more information. I'm going to use my hands and my arms, and more body language. Okay, ready? So I said, hello, how are you? That's what I said. And I think it's very, very interesting that most people can understand what someone is saying just by looking at their lips. Their lips or their mouth, their whole mouth. And it's definitely harder to do in a second language, okay? So for all of you, this is more difficult in English. It's harder to do in English than your first language because you just have less time and less experience with the language. But probably in your native language, whether that's Russian or Chinese or Spanish, whatever your native language is, it's probably much easier for you to read lips in that language. So why is it so interesting to me? Why is this so interesting? Well, we all know that we can understand a language by listening to the language, of course, just hearing the spoken language when someone is speaking, like me. And also, we can understand a language when it is written. For example, these words right here. These words. And so you can, without hearing the words, because it's enough to see the word written down. It's enough for most people. But we all have another ability, another way to understand a language, and that is by reading lips. But nobody ever studies reading lips. Nobody ever tries to learn how to read lips. People don't do that. People don't ever open a book and learn the shape of your mouth. So like whatever your mouth looks like. You never learn the shape of your mouth for all of the sounds that you can make with your mouth. Nobody ever teaches you. Nobody teaches you that. But you can still do it. Maybe not in English yet. Maybe you can't do it very well in English, but in your native language, you can do this. And again, nobody ever taught you how to do that. You never studied lip reading. You never studied it. But we all have this understanding and this ability to read lips because our brains just naturally can do it. Our brains can naturally read lips when we see other people talking. After you have seen other people talk with their mouth for hundreds of hours, just lots and lots of time, your brain naturally knows how to read lips. And I think that this is a good example of how to learn any language. Learning how to spell any word and learning how to pronounce words, and also learning the grammar of a language, the grammar, and how to form a sentence, how to use different words in a sentence. All of this happens naturally. All of those abilities are similar to the ability to read lips. You don't have to study all of these things. You just have to spend a lot of time watching and listening and reading a language. And so, yeah, I think it's a good example of how we all have this ability already. We have all learned a way to understand language that we never ever studied. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked this video and you also think it was interesting. Let me know. Leave a comment and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.